Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Being back in Tuscaloosa is very emotional for me. This place played a major role in one of the most important chapters of my life. During my stay in Alabama, I married my wife, and it's also where two of our sons were born. And the college football I experienced topped everything I had known before. Roll Tide! And on Sundays, it's also where my love for basketball reached a whole new level. And even after all these years, I still think of Alabama as home. Returning to a place that holds so much meaning can be overwhelming in the very best way, and it feels even more special that this homecoming is tied to not one, but several meaningful moments. This year, Mercedes-Benz celebrates 140 years since Carl Benz and Gottlieb Daimler changed the world with their invention of the automobile. And just 2 years later, on September 29th in 1888, William Steinway partnered with Gottlieb Daimler to establish the Daimler Motor Company in Long Island City, New York. What that means, simply put and easy to remember, is this. The company we know today as Mercedes-Benz was the first foreign OEM to set up shop in the United States. And that's almost as satisfying to say as we are the inventor of the automobile. The impact of that invention, economically, socially, and culturally, has been enormous, globally, and especially here in the United States. Today, more than 11 million Americans work in industries connected to the automobile. The sector contributes 5.4% of America's GDP. And in a country with more than 237 million licensed drivers and the world's largest and most extensive road network, cars are part of everyday life. No wonder the US is one of the greatest places for unforgettable road trips, as Secretary Duffy just said in his speech celebrating 250 years of the United States of America this year. And we should know, our new S-Class has been on a world tour for many weeks now, visiting 140 places across the globe. Maybe you followed its stops in Miami and New York. It drove from Detroit to Nashville and then on to Atlanta. And today, after 10,000 miles and 13 countries in only 2 months, it has arrived right here in Tuscaloosa. Ladies and gentlemen, the new S-Class.
What began 140 years ago with a single patent has grown into a legacy of innovation that continues to move the world. From that patent to today, Mercedes-Benz hasn't just built cars. We have built moments that matter. And this year, we are celebrating our 140 years of innovation with an epic drive around the world, bringing together the faces of Mercedes-Benz, reaching out to customers, communities, and fans across the globe, creating unique experiences, connecting people, sharing moments, and celebrating automotive milestones. One idea, one journey, 140 years, 140 places. We are on the move.
Coach, welcome to MBUSI and our plant, the S-Class and Coach Saban, a double surprise. And don't worry, this won't be the last time you see him today. He'll be back with us later for a Q&A session. Thanks for coming, Coach. Now, having legendary Coach Saban here today for the world premiere makes being back here in Tuscaloosa even more special, because this is where my Mercedes-Benz journey truly began. From 1995 to the year 1999, I soaked up everything this place has to offer. Of course, the Tide Games, white bread and ribs at Dreamland Barbecue, and so much more. In 2009, I had the privilege of returning to T-Town to lead this plant, the very first major Mercedes-Benz manufacturing site outside of Germany. And by the way, 2009, that championship against Texas, pretty good memory too. This plant is the beating heart of our global SUV family, and home to the GLE Coupe, the GLS, and the GLS Maybach, as well as the fully electric models, EQE SUV, EQS SUV, and also the EQS SUV Maybach. These vehicles don't just carry the beloved Mercedes-Benz star, they carry the passion, precision, and pride of an entire region. And to underscore just how important this plant is to Mercedes-Benz, we've decided to assemble the US version of one of our most successful vehicles, the GLC, right here. As you can see, our business in Alabama is something we deeply value. This is not just a place where we assemble some of the world's most desirable cars. First and foremost, this state and the spirit of its people have always been an inspiration to us. This is a community that understands and shares the values of Mercedes-Benz. And above all, we are very much looking forward to continuing this joint success story in the years to come. Thank you.
So thank you, Ola. Good morning, everyone. What the state of Alabama has done for this plan, for this partnership with Mercedes, really matters. The support, the vision, the belief in what we are building together, that is the foundation for everything else, and everything rests on. Thank you very much for that. I clearly remember my first time here in Tuscaloosa. That was 20 years ago in 2006. I was an intern here in controlling and finance. And Germany was hosting at that time the FIFA World Cup. And if you know Germans, you imagine what that means. The whole nation was obsessed. But here, let's just say finding a place that showed the games was an adventure. So fast forward 2026, another World Cup year. And I believe that it will be much easier to find a broadcast location this time. But that is not what we are here today. What has stayed with me since then is something far more significant. The care and the craftsmanship that goes in every car assembled here. Standing here today and see that same spirit is still alive, this is something special. In fact, it's even stronger because it has been tested, refined, and multiplied across 3 decades now. And that is what I want to talk about today. This plant has built something remarkable, not just cars, but a legacy. In 1997, we created the M-Class, a revolutionary vehicle at that time. It didn't just pioneer the premium SUV segment, it completely changed what customers expect. That DNA lives on in our portfolio to this day. This outstanding team here on site assembles the entire SUV family, each one carrying the same DNA, the same quality, the same craftsmanship, assembled in Tuscaloosa for the world. In fact, we are the second largest automotive exporter in the United States. And the road ahead, it just looks as promising, revolutionary. In the future, the GLC will come to this halt. As Ola just mentioned, that is not a minor expansion. The GLC is one of our most successful models globally. And the fact that we will assemble the US version here in Tuscaloosa underscores how much trust we have in this team and its capabilities. That is what defines us, building the future, building the spectrum of what our customers need. Different powertrains, different sizes, coupes, SUVs, and everything in between. We stay flexible as the demands change and continue to strengthen our local for local approach together with our regional partners and suppliers here in Tuscaloosa. But building this flexibility and staying ahead requires investment. From 2026 to 2030, we will invest more than $4 billion in the further development of this plant. That's not just a number, that's, from my point of view, a statement. We believe in Tuscaloosa. We are staying, we are growing, we are committed. That's what a good corporate citizen does, and that's what our partner does. But none of this would be possible without the team that goes above and beyond everything to deliver excellence. You have shaped this plant with the culture, the openness, everything here, the friendliness, the strong will that defines the South. You will have built a home and a community. In 1997, this plant had 1,100 members. Today, we are around 5,800. And there are more than 100 colleagues here who have been with us for more than 30 years. 30 years. And in many cases, it's 3 generations of the same family building this legacy here together. In an industry that demands reinvention and adaptation, that demands people to move on, you choose to stay. That takes courage and, of course, commitment. We do not take this for granted. And I would like to thank each and every one of you here from the bottom of my heart. You have built the very foundation upon which our SUV success story rests. And because of you, because of this team, today is not just another production day. Today, we celebrate something extraordinary. 5 million cars assembled here in Tuscaloosa. And fittingly, it is the latest evolution of the GLE, a symbol of everything we have achieved and everything we are becoming. But before I give too much away, let us just check it out together.
Mercedes means a lot to Alabama. And knowing that a country boy from Alabama had the opportunity to be able to come and spend his career, it makes me proud every day.
5 million vehicles is a big accomplishment for us.
So you always want to make sure that what you put into it, you want to put your heart into it and put your best foot forward.
It's definitely a sense of pride to see that we've all been part of that. It says a lot about where we came from and where we're going to be in the future to celebrate this milestone.
It's just been a whirlwind of greatness for us here at MBUSI.
We're continuing the legacy of Mercedes for Alabama.
Let the rest of the world wish, but we make it happen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is, car number 5 million, assembled right here, the new Mercedes-Benz GLE. From the factory floor straight to the stage. That's MBUSI precision timing. Standing here actually feels a bit like coming home, because during my time at Mercedes-Benz Vans, I spent many years living and working in the United States. And the first Mercedes I drove here was a GLE, the perfect choice for life in the US. With the new generation, we've made the GLE even more desirable by delivering exactly what US customers want most.
Right, Matthias. I've lived and worked in the US and especially here in Alabama for a couple of years as well. During these years, I experienced what really resonates here. Customers want status and cutting-edge technology. They want performance and efficiency, which is exactly what we've put into our latest SUV generation.
Well, yeah, 140 years after Carl Benz invented the automobile, the GLE embodies a modern interpretation of the Mercedes DNA, combining strength, precision, and a real sense of home. The latest evolution is more powerful, intuitive, and confident than ever before. The design makes a pretty bold statement, commanding attention from every perspective. Well, and a design this bold deserves power to match. Our American customers leave no doubt. They expect performance equal to the presence. So what did we do about that, Jörg?
Well, Matthias, we took that to heart. Our US customers will have the most choices of GLE engines globally. From an efficient four-cylinder to a new V8, we have significantly updated our entire engine lineup. The top of the range V8 is more responsive thanks to 537 horsepower with immediate refined torque delivery. Also new, the inline six-cylinder engine. With it, the GLE now responds even more quickly and delivers stronger torque, whether you're accelerating around town or on country roads. And here's what's even more exciting. The plug-in hybrid is based on that same new six-cylinder. It delivers over 60 miles of pure electric range, enough for most Americans' daily commutes. And if you want to go beyond today's performance, we have another special car in store, one that is also proudly assembled by our great team members here in Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the new Mercedes-AMG GLE 53 Hybrid. Or the GLE Coupe, you get the same uncompromising performance DNA. But what really drives this car is our cutting-edge operating system, MBOS. We just introduced it to the S-Class, and now it's coming to the GLE 2. It's our latest software architecture that enables over-the-air updates to transform every GLE to an intelligent companion. On top of it, is the MBUX Superscreen that comes as standard. And our new AI-powered MBUX virtual assistant uses natural language, which makes interaction with the vehicle even more convenient. On the outside, our latest digital light technology is now also approved in the US, helping you to anticipate the road ahead. And talking about safety and driving comfort, a variety of assistance systems like the Stronic finally comes as standard for all GLE models in the US. And taking it even one step further is MB Drive Assist Pro, our point-to-point driving experience. This fantastic system, developed in partnership with NVIDIA, will enable seamless and safe assisted driving.
Well, yeah, and beyond that, we brought back the true customer favorite, the rocker and roller steering wheel controls. And as one of the largest in its class, the panoramic sunroof now comes as standard, surrounding you with space and light. And with 7,700 pounds of towing capacity, the GLE confidently takes on boats, campers, well, or horse trailers. And we're not stopping there. Let's take it from athletic to majestic. Ladies and gentlemen, the new GLS, the S-Class among SUVs. 7 seats, first class in every row. And as an option, first time ever, an illuminated star on the bonnet leading the way.
And just like the GLE, the GLS benefits from everything we just talked about. New engines, MBOS, comfort and safety systems. What's particularly cool here, the star headlights are arranged vertically, giving it a distinct GLS look. Inside, the rear seats feel like first-class travel. The rear comfort package plus transforms the second and third rows into whatever your passengers need in that moment. A living room, a boardroom, a concert hall, thanks to entertainment, climate control, massage functions, and more.
Well, and this is only a glimpse. You will learn much more this afternoon, when our experts will be available for walkarounds, technical discussions, and rides on our off-road track. So be sure to connect with them, because these cars are meant to be experienced. The moment you get inside, that's when you'll feel what I discovered when I lived in the States. An SUV embodies freedom and adventure. Whether it's presence, performance, or comfort, a Mercedes feels just right the moment you get behind the wheel. And that feeling comes to life right here in Tuscaloosa, for the world, for you. And now I'd like to invite the rest of the Board of Management on stage for a brief photo opportunity. Thank you.